You know, one thing I think we can say about FC, especially FC 25, is that every day there's just something else. You know, there's always something going on with this game because there's now a game-breaking bug going around that is happening in some games out there. It happened in a pro qualifier. Pros are calling out EA right now on this bug. It's not like something that you can trigger. It's just something that happens randomly in game. So it literally is just a bug that is game-breaking. So we will discuss that thoroughly. There was also this new World Tour France League upgrade that came out, and people were so excited saying, oh my god, League SBCs are back. We are so back. Some people were saying, oh Jesus, this is awful. This is pointless. It's terrible. We are going to discuss that as well today. There was that base hero upgrade that came out that I'll probably open for tomorrow's video is my guess. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. But okay, I guess the first thing is thanking you all for being here. The channel will be nothing without y'all, of course, and let's just, I guess we'll begin with this because we kind of got like some sort of an old League SBC system, sort of, but not at all, but like sort of. The packs are pretty bad, right? You guys have probably seen this by now. The packs are pretty bad. The requirements are similar to a League SBC type thing where you need a couple players or one even possibly from a club and an 80 rated team, and that's kind of it, and you get some packs back. And the reason that this exists is so you can get that new tell objective that came out right here. If you go to live, there's the World Tour upgrade completionist and tell who has 3 heads. You can get him by doing it once, so it's kind of like a unique way to craft that card. Plus you get 1,000 XP and an 84/2 as well. There's tradable packs in there too, so the group reward for that I think is a mega pack, right? I want to say yeah, it is. Okay, so a couple things. One, I think this exact iteration of this is kind of like not that exciting, honestly. This exact way they did it here. It's repeatable twice too, which is kind of interesting, but because when you look through here, I mean, let's be honest, an 80 rated team for a small Electrum players pack, like that's nonsense. Obviously, that like this exact iteration is pretty shit in my opinion. I think most people kind of are along that same line, but where I think, I guess we can take some positives from this is that they were willing to release something that is kind of similar to what the old League SBCs looked like, with a lot of tradable packs in it. They're all tradable, which they didn't have to do that. Plus, there's a tradable mega pack at the end of it, which is very nice to see too. People who were saying though that, oh my god, this League SBCs are so back. I saw a tweet, who was it? Fun Accountant right here. League SBCs are actually back. No, they're not. Okay, they're not back. All right. I'll take this as a positive that they could come back. Like, there's more of a chance now that they could come back than there was previously. But this is not League SBCs actually being back. I mean, it's not even remotely close to that. So I was seeing more than just his tweets out there being like, oh my god, we got them back again. No, okay, let's not hype that up to a ridiculous degree, because I don't think that that's very worthy of that. Of course, it's just my opinion, but I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Also, evolutions right now. I mean, holy shit. I don't know what we're doing here. Where was the evolution that came out today? Track Thunder Rapid Plus. I do like that the requirements, there's not many. That it's nice. 91 dribbling, 83 overall. The playstyles thing is still stupid. And it's free, so it's hard to complain too much, but the overall rating boost is a lot, which I think really does mess up the chains right now. Yeah, 82 went to an 86 there. So I did see some cards on FUTGG that did look pretty good, and they are free, so it's hard to complain too much about it. At the same time, like, is it a great Evo? I don't think anybody would probably say yes to that, so I don't know what their plan is here. I guess it's just gonna be drop paid ones if you plan on making them half decent, and then free ones are just kind of like meant for chains, kind of like free ones are basically just meant to, hopefully you want to chain one into a paid one eventually. It feels like that's kind of the point of the free ones right now, but maybe that's me being cynical. Okay, on to the title of the video now, talking about this game-breaking bug going around. A pro who literally has an objective in game has finally spoken. Yes, Levi, who, you know, is the Tex objective, and then there's the Levi objective. This is the Levi who talked about this game-breaking bug today. He says, I did not want to say anything about the current state of this game, but it's incredible. Why exactly didn't you want to say anything about the current state of the game when it's this bad? I get you're a pro player, you don't want to bite the hand that's feeding you, I suppose, but why didn't you want to say anything? But okay, we all need to wake up and do something about it. I agree with that. Just lost 9-10 to Bryce, GG's to him. Conceding goals because of an in-game bug where your players just don't move is out of this world. So over the last 24 hours or so, there's been more reports of this bug happening where your defenders apparently don't move. There's this top comment down here saying, so it is a bug. I lost to a guy 9-8 in champs yesterday where neither of our defenders would move at all. Any more information on the actual bug or what causes it? Nobody really knows exactly any of the comments. There was no real actual information on it. And then there was also this other Reddit post, Esports World Cup FC24 champion Hafonzo, I could be butchering that, I apologize, just lost in the FC Pro Open to this. Now, I'm assuming that this is also like basically part of the glitch where his defenders aren't moving, aren't tackling, right? Look at this. It's hard to see it. I know it's on vertical format for some reason, but it's a complete shambles. Let's look at it again. So I think this is what he means by defenders not moving, because watch when he tries to switch to him here. Look how slow he's moving. If you go back and watch this one last time, he tries to kind of get in position here to block the shot, and see how slow he moved with that cursor there, or with the player that was highlighted by the cursor. There's a bug going on right now that's quite literally game breaking. Now, he said here in his tweet, both games winning comfortably, and out of nowhere the game doesn't allow me to compete. So it doesn't say if this is that exact bug or not, but this is what his tweet said. And there's also a translation from Portuguese, so there could be some translation error there. But yeah, pros on Twitter today finally basically are saying, what is going on? I can't keep the silence up anymore, which is kind of funny because it's like, you don't have to keep the silence up. I don't know, maybe they do. They're afraid to get suspended or something like that if they talk shit about the game, which is hilarious. But yeah, as of right now, if we hear more about this game-breaking bug, pros are reporting on it a lot. Over the last about 24 hours, we're hearing a lot about it. So the more we hear about why it's caused or what's going on, obviously we'll report on that. But just beware, if this happens to you, it is a bug going around right now. So hopefully there's not a way eventually where people will figure out how to trigger it or something like that, and it's just completely random. We can only hope. Okay, on to the next interesting tweet that I thought I wanted to talk about today. Between the Centurion's upgrade completionist, the 10x10 gold upgrade, daily challenges, and marquee matchups, they're asking for about 1,500 players. Where do I get 1,500 players? Just how? I know that the majority of them are from the Centurion's crafting upgrade completionist, but the point is, if this game isn't pay to win, or if this game isn't only to get you to go to the store, which of course it is, but in theory, EA would like to have the disguise of, no, you don't have to spend money on the game, right? So you're supposed to be able to like theoretically get a lot of players, right? Even with like an actual menu grind, that'd be a lot of players still. There's not even a menu grind right now, and we're supposed to get 1,500 players to complete this shit, especially for those rewards too. It just shows you to me that they are scared shitless of the duplicate storage edition with common golds. I think they are actually so scared about that, because we've had years go by where it's actually hard to get rares, but then pretty easy to get commons. We've never had a year where it's impossible to get commons and easy to get rares. That to me is just a clear indictment on, we are so terrified of duplicate storage with commons and upgrade packs and too easy to get fodder, right? And then jokingly, Nep was like, you can go and win 5 games of Quick Rush for an 84x2. What are you complaining for? Yeah, so then go and get 2 84s, and then yeah, your common golds are just impossible to get right now. Okay, the next bit of news, I'm sure you guys probably saw this today. It was apparently, it wasn't even a rumor at one point. People were literally saying like, this is confirmed. Neymar has reached an agreement to return to Santos, and that obviously means then no longer would he be in FIFA or FC, as long as the Brazilian license would not be in the game, which it hasn't been since FIFA 14, I think. That's such a sad ending. Neymar only 32 years old. With Neymar heading back to Santos, last time we see him in a FIFA game until he becomes an icon. So I was really expecting to talk about this today, but then there was a Fabrizio Romano report here saying there are no talks ongoing for Neymar to leave. He's under contract, very happy there. I don't know where these rumors are coming from. So apparently Neymar is not leaving. So this will not be the last time we see Neymar on a FIFA. It looks like, at least for now, which obviously would be extremely sad if that was the case, but luckily, false alarm, and hopefully it stays that way. And for leaks, really the only thing we've got obviously is still the Aubameyang from yesterday. If you didn't see yesterday's vid, Aubameyang flashback was leaks to be in it, but other than that, there's pretty much nothing. We saw Oberdorf today, right? And that was the only other leak we really had. And then we got this tweet from Sheriff. Movember promo was 8 years ago today. Good old days. Listen, FIFA 17 was good old days. Movember promo, not so much. Silly promos like this are fun for sure, but this promo also did suck, and it was around for a long time. It was a whole month of November, I think, where you could just pack these cards, and keep in mind, you could get like 10k every time, so that's obviously really nice. But times were different where we probably would not complain about this at all today, but back then we like had other things to look forward to, better stuff to look forward to. So this promo was kind of sucked, but it's funny looking back now. We even look at this fondly when at the time we hated this promo so much. But I think, is it just like nostalgia glasses? It is a little bit, but I think what it mostly is an indictment on how far back back we have gone from times like this where FIFA 17 content was better and it was 8 years ago, or 8 FIFAs ago, 7 years ago, right? And you might say, you know, how can anybody say FIFA 17 content was better than FC 24 or FC 25, right? Like, how could you say that? Because obviously there's not as much. Back then there was not nearly as much content, but the thing is that it was rewarding. Putting time into the menus for a free-to-play player was well worth it, and it is no longer. So that's why content, despite there being less of it, was better back then, in my opinion. Also, FC Pro Live is coming up this Friday. At least that's the rumor. We could have 2 teams of track stars, but we have not heard a damn thing yet. We know FC Pro Live is going to be a thing. So just prepare yourself for that week. That last week last year was one of the worst weeks of the game, and we can look forward to that again. They brought this back, and yet we can't get futmas. Just look at the screenshot. Isn't it great? Isn't it just great to see the festiveness here? Futmas would save FC 25. Okay, no, let's calm down with your bullshit fut zone. Nobody gives a fuck. Man, it would drastically help. And hey, the market's dying once again. It continues to drop massively. If you sold yesterday, congratulations. If you sold 3 days ago when we told you to sell, then also congratulations. You made a lot of coins over the weekend without even probably playing a game. People aren't playing games. People are just gonna wait till Black Friday to just see what comes out. People are not gonna play this next weekend. There's not as much demand in the market. You can tell people are gonna run untradeable teams if they do play next weekend. So to me, I think that you'll see the market go up slightly over the course of probably the next 24 hours here. There will be people getting their rivals wins, but for the most part, you're gonna see it just pretty much keep dropping until we get basically to Black Friday, like the day of or the day before. We'll talk about the outlook there, but that's still a week and a half away, and we're already seeing selling big time. The pre-crash is already happening right now. We're in the middle of it. I think that we'll see the next like big amount of it probably next weekend again. So okay, let's read your comments now. We've got Nibavis. Unfixable injuries are back. My Sissoko had a knee injury. If you look in the web app, this is supposed to be a visual glitch and it's not supposed to mean anything. It is funny though if it came back. They did patch it and now it's back again, which would be funny because of course it's back, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that is just a visual glitch. Eric T, I wish I appreciated FIFA 23 more at the time when it was out. I definitely agree with that. I thought FIFA 23's gameplay was good. I legit thought, maybe not good, but I thought it was the best we had probably since 17. It probably was the best we had since 17, and they said, yeah, all the good progress we made, throw that shit in the dumpster. That when we got FC 24 gameplay from FIFA 23, that's when I knew EA don't really know what makes a good game, and they look into a good game once in a while, like FIFA 23 in terms of just like decent gameplay. They looked into that game because I don't think they even knew what made it good because they changed everything that made it half decent later. So yeah, that's why to me, even when FC 26, which sounds insane to say, by the way, FC 26, I mean, Jesus, when that game comes out, if the gameplay is good, I'll obviously praise them, but at the same time, I also will probably like condescendingly praise them because I'm probably gonna say, was that luck? Is it just luck you made a good game here? Like, we have such a large sample size of your games being dog shit that like, am I even gonna think you turned a corner if next gameplay somehow happens to be good? Lissandro Flores didn't know the market could crash even more. It's gonna crash even more, my friend. It's gonna be far worse. And Jay Miyagi says, so people simultaneously complain that it's too easy to get an overpowered squad quickly and all they pack is fodder, but there is no fodder apparently. What the fuck? This is one of those JFC bingo card moments where you probably know what I'm going to say here, but both of these things are true. However, they're not really contradictory, and I will tell you why. People complain it's too easy to get an overpowered squad quickly. Well, the thing with that, people complain about getting the 95% squad very quickly, but then getting the 100% squad is not even possible to get. So that's where the complaints come in. And then the all they pack is fodder, but then there is no fodder. What I think people mean by that is that, yes, they are only packing fodder because you go and open an 84x2 and you're only going to probably get a couple 84s, an 85 and a walkout if you're lucky, right? From an 84x2 pack, which can take you a long time to get, you know, rush objectives or some other, let's just say a player objective was an 84x2 in it, which sometimes take playing 10 games with a squad or something like that, right? So yes, you're going to pack fodder from those packs, but yet you're getting 2 84s or an 85 and 84 or a walkout if you're lucky. You don't end up with much fodder considering there's so many SBCs out and so many things to spend it on. And it's like, yes, no one's making you complete every SBC, of course, but people like to have fun. And if you don't really have the opportunity to have much fun without going to the store and buying your fun, then people are going to get disappointed and discouraged with the game. Disappointed was probably the wrong word there, but discouraged and just annoyed with the game when and the only way to get all that shit is to go through the store. So all people pack is fodder, but there is no fodder is yes. Both those things actually can be true at the same time. But okay, I think that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I love you all.